just want a friend. Somebody handed me a red fruit. I sunk my teeth right in. I don't know what happened. It was all so quick. Worried I'm making a habit out of letting my morals slip. You think it won't be here, then it is. You'll think it's bullshit, but if the shoe fits, then it fits. I thought the warning lights meant everything's perfect. I let myself down. 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 I let myself down again. I joined a cult I didn't mean to. I just wanted love. I thought the veil wouldn't blind me. Thought I'd be smart enough, but it wasn't dramatic. There was no iron fist. For a moment I loved the ignorant. You think it won't be here, then it is. You'll think it's bullshit, but if the shoe fits, then it fits. I thought the warning lights meant everything's perfect. I let myself down. I let myself down. Dad left early for the mountains. Mom drove to Essex to run errands. Ian lives downtown in a complex with
Howdy, howdy, friends. What's up? Nice to see you. Happy Tuesday. Starting a little late tonight, but we had good reason. So we're keeping it short and sweet tonight. But how's everybody doing? Looks like CP Geek was the first one here. CP Geek! CP Geek! Welcome in. And then Waddy! And then I think, yep, and then Fates is here. Welcome in, everybody. Waddy, turned your volume on right in time for the scream. Nice. Music playback at 0.1x. Nope, that's just the way that song ends. Gets all super slow. much happening. Lamp! Welcome in, Lamp. Welcome in, Tab. Welcome in, everybody. Let's see what fate.
Butthole pleasures. It's not about butthole.
And we're already about the butthole pleasures. We're hitting it hard and fast, I guess. We don't got time to fuck around. Howdy, 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 says Fates. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm just popping in real quick to give everyone my well wishes through this heat wave. Not sure if it's more than just in our area. Oh, no, it's most of the country is sweltering right now. I should hopefully get my new glasses tonight. Nice. Says it was delivered to your mailbox. You have to wait to borrow the key. Cool. Well, finally. Ms. Pless has a beautiful voice. Indeed, she does, and that is the reason we're starting late tonight. I made a bit of a last-minute decision, like, okay, so Miss Isabel Pless, whose music we're playing right now, and who we play quite often here on stream, is going on a tour to support her new album, and had a date tonight in playing the very small venue called Radio Bean here in Burlington. So I had completely forgotten she had gone on tour, and then I see something on social media about remember Burlington, don't forget to I don't remember, but it was like, wait, what? So jumped online, bought myself a ticket, left work half an hour early today to get back in time, and got to see Miss Isabel Pless in concert for the first time. So that was awesome. A very welcome way to spend a Tuesday night, not adjacent from streaming and now including streaming. So I'm glad I'm able to do both. But it was an awesome show. It was super freaking hot. Lamp sharing the trailer for Little Nightmares 3. That should be a lot of fun. Yeah, the last week, there's been some pretty awesome game announcements. Of course, the one I'm most stoked for is the new Plague Tale game. But this looks also like a lot of fun. I enjoyed the other two games. Little Nightmares 3 is 3D and on land. Can't wait for it. So many games I'm gonna have to get. Yeah, I was kind of joking to Lamp, saying, like, when Plague Tale comes out, we may have to fisticuffs to see who gets to stream it. But maybe Lamp would be willing to, like, you can take Little Nightmares 3 to be the first one of us that streams it. I'll take the Plague Tale game to be the first one that streams that. We'll divvy it up that way, so there's no fisticuffs necessary. Just a thought. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for that share. Very awesome. But who will stream Resident Evil 9? We'll have to play a game of horse to determine who streams that. Admittedly, though, I have not played any of the super modern Resident Evil, so I'm probably not the one to do it. So I will say that right now. Because honestly, I have not played any of the games past 4. I played the remake of 4 and the remake of 2, but I have not played anything story-wise later than Resident Evil 4, so I'm not really the guy. What are you selling? Not even a game of Trashly? Well, of course. But yeah, Isabel Pless show tonight. It was freaking awesome. But it also really went to show that I am not her demographic. And kind of felt a little weird. Because it's basically like Gen Z girls are her demographic, and I'm like, yay! But no, it was a hometown show on this tour. She does live in Nashville now, but this was like a home hometown show for her. So like all of her family and friends and some of her old high school teachers were there. But I got to talk to her after the show, which was cool. She's very nice. She's very tall. I did not know this. She's taller than me. By like a couple of inches. Just an observation. But like, I was like, oh, okay. I look up to you. Literally. But no, it was cool. And her mom was selling the merch, and it was super cute. And her dad was like walking around the room being like, I'm Isabel's dad, and schmoozing with everyone. It was very much a hometown show, you know. But wait, they finally released a new trailer. Haven't heard shit about Little Nightmares 3 since summer 2003. Yeah, I think it was like in the last couple days they released that. But Dibs Crystal Lamp wants dibs on Resident Evil 9. I mean, I think of all of us in the extended universe, I think you're the one that's streamed the most Resident Evil games. You know, outside of like the old console games like I have. So maybe you're the one to do it. Maybe you're the one to do it. Isn't Resident Evil 9 technically a sequel to 4? I haven't looked into it, honestly. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that Leon is in it. At least that's what I heard. I only played 5. Mr. Albert Wesker's a dick! I can't believe Albert Wesker's a dick! That was my Resident Evil Book of Mormon crossover moment. This just in, creepy old guy goes to Gen Z concert. No! I mean, kinda, but no! Oh, they released the trailer today. Okay, well, even more appropriate, Lamp. Even more appropriate. Well, it takes place or shows the nuked Raccoon City. Yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm not interested in it. I am interested in it. I just feel like maybe I should play some of the other games leading up to number 9, because I'm missing the 4 games in between. Trashly's Eric's Resident Evil is Lamps. Yeah, fair enough. We'll take that. I'll take Trashly. He can have everything else. 3 raccoons in a trench. 3 raccoons in a city. But yeah, so as is, you know, my way of doing concerts, you know, I like to buy merch, and she had what might be my favorite shirt that I've seen an artist / band selling in a long time, maybe ever. So I gotta. I saw this and I'm like, oh my god. This is amazing. So just cats in a circle. I joined a cult. That's what the cult is? Kitty cats dancing in a circle? You know, I think I'm gonna join. But how could I not buy that? How could I not buy that? Okay, well, I'm gonna need that. I mean, if that's the kind of cult, yeah, exactly. Like, I think we would all join that cult. The only downside, it's not even really a downside, but like she put out a video for I Joined a Cult, but it doesn't include kitty cats dancing in a circle. And I think that is a missed opportunity. I mean, it's still a video based that's very culty, but it doesn't include kitty cats dancing in a circle. Oh, is Pudge here? Pudge! Pudge is here to steal that for Waddy? No, Pudge, it's mine! What? How dare?
I'm a real slip.
But let's see. She's also got shows coming up in LA. Oh shit, she's playing in Massachusetts next month.
You'll think it's bullshit.
And then Nashville and Chicago.
I thought the warning lights meant everything's perfect.
Gosh, she's playing at the same Massachusetts venue that I just saw Horse at. Oh no, I think that's a show night. Dang it, that means I can't go. Oh well. Too late, says Bud. No! You'll get it from my cold kitty cat cult covered hands. 6 hours ago? I beg your fucking pardon, Bandai. Where did they reveal this? Was it shadow dropped? I didn't know of any game events happening after the clusterfuck that was 3 weeks ago in Modern. Hey, E3 is still a thing? I thought they stopped doing it like years ago. I guess maybe there's some semblance of a carcass of a corpse they're beating to get as much out of it as they can. E3 is not still a thing. I was gonna say, I used to I used to get up religiously every year for all 3 days to watch E3. Now I meant back-to-back game shows online. That's what I call mod. Oh, okay, fair enough. The modern E3. HB, can I interest you in joining the kitty cat cult of Isabel Pless? I'm definitely wearing this to work tomorrow, and I know I'm gonna have to explain it to most of like the old boomer ladies that work in the office. So maybe we'll place some bets here how many times I'm gonna have to explain it. I am pro catch but anti cult. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I talk about 3 raccoons in a trench coat and suddenly Pudge appears. How do Pudge? Not good, friend, not good. Spirally and not great. Well, we're sorry to hear that, Pudge. We're sending you hearts, hugs, and loves. As we like to do. And we, as CB Geek says, we hope things change soon. For the better. There was the Summer Game Showcase and the Xbox Showcase and the PC Gaming Show all back to back. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And Nintendo just does random Treehouse events. And then Apple does WWDC, which is not a game event at all, so I don't know why I mentioned it. But like this time of year, and then Google does the I.O. thing. And I don't know, this time of year, I think it's because it's like the end of the fiscal year, so they're trying to like bolster the stock prices and everything to like, I don't know, end the year on what they hope is a high note. You could just confuse the people by singing songs from the Book of Mormon. Excellent idea! Incredible. I'll do something incredible. I'm gonna be the Mormon to change all of mankind. Something I foresee now that I'm 19. I'll do something incredible that blows God's freaking mind. That's enough for now. Anyway, so we are having a shorter stream tonight because we had to start so late, unfortunately. So what we're going to do, we're just going to ask some chats like we're doing. We're also, we're going to fire up Marbs. We're going to take a nice little meander through Marbs, so we're not necessarily going to rush it. So we can chat and we can Marb. So we're firing that up in the background now. So hope you're ready to roll. I'm glad you get over your voice problem. You're sounding up pretty good. There's still a little bit of a dry cough in there, which is completely unproductive. But you know, if that's all that remains, then we'll take it. So next Wednesday is my birthday, and although it's not a stream night, can I still call? It's I tell everyone they can do a hostile birthday stream takeover. The weeks of their birthday, they can pick a Tuesday or a Friday, whichever works best for them. So if Lamp wants to take over next Tuesday, then you are certainly within your right to do that. Just let me know what it is you want to take over stream with, and we'll make it happen. All right, everybody.
Calling all Marb Stars, calling all Marb Stars. It's time to roll, it's time to roll. Exclamation point play in the chat and bring those purchases to the service desk. Oh, yeah. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. Hey, we're fucked.
Nice music.
Back in my day, Nintendo Treehouse was actually planned and not random.
All right, Grandpa, let's get you back on your Wii U. Hey, that's not old man Nintendo. I mean, I'd say GameCube is like still stretching it for old man Nintendo. The old man Nintendo would be like, okay, let's get back on your NES or your Game Boy. Let's get you back on your Game Boy, Grandpa. Have you checked on the... Oh my god. It looks horrific. It looks horrific. I'd get it and bring it in here, but I honestly don't want to disturb it until Friday when we have to. Because it kind of looks like if I disturb it, it's just gonna... But we'll see. I will after stream, I will take a picture of it and put it in Discord, but it looks... Oh! It looks so bad. And if you want to see the bone apple teeth and the Daiboja, you'll have to tune in on Friday to check it out. And for those of you that are like, what the hell is this guy talking about? On last stream, your boy got a hold of some Don Q number 7. So what we decided to do, because the plan was always to make rum ham, which is, well, good and fine and all, but might as well just do something horrible with it. So we have a non-conventional rum, a super fancy barrel-aged Mr. Q, and we're absolutely violating it by getting a whole can, just a whole slab of vegan Spam that is marinating in it for 7 days. The Don Q7, the 7-day marinade. So we're gonna be seeing what it's all about next stream on Friday. So Lamb's gonna have to ponder on stream takeover title. Okay, well, if it's something I'm gonna have to buy, at least give me some heads up so I can try to have stuff ready before then. I said the Wii since that's the last time. Oh, okay, fair enough, Fates. Sounds like Eric is afraid of the vegan rum Spam. If you could see what it looks like, you would be too. Because it doesn't look like a food. It looks like when you walk into a bathroom and look in the bowl, and whoever was in there last left a solid and did not flush, and it was hours ago. I'm not even exaggerating. It looks like a plastic tub with a duty in it. I am not looking forward to it. Bone and teeth aren't vegan. Touche. Vegan rum spam? That sounds like DIY and life in a box. It might be. I don't even remember where I bought it, but I saw it at the store and I was like, oh my god, this looks horrible. I have to buy this. And it's been, and I've been sitting on it for a while. I mean, like, I don't know in what context we're going to use this, but once I got my hands on that Don Q7, I was like, wait a second. We're not just going to do regular rum ham. I've got that godless atrocity. Don Q makes everything better, so it'll be fine. We can hope. We can hope the magic of Don Q will work its magic. I watched a video earlier tonight about early internet meme videos from the perspective of elder Gen Zers who were 8-ish during most of the timeline she was talking about. Bane. She merely adopted the meme. Oh, she merely adopted the meme videos. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't watch Chocolate Rain until I was already a man. Praise the dawn. Is it a stick in swamp water or more? It still looks to be in one piece, but like with, erosion has taken place some, and you can tell that it's not one cohesive unit. It is a conglomerate, like a sedimentary rock. You can see different components in it. So, yeah, like I said, after stream I'll post a picture in the Discord. It looks so bad. It makes everything better. That doesn't mean it'll be good. Yeah, because if you're starting at 0 and you try to multiply it by 1,000,000, guess what? It's still 0. But all right, let's see who we got here. What Marb stars we got on the board. It is Tuesday after all, so we'll see who we got. We got Fates, Rickshaw Tom, Crystal Lamp, HB. I'm not on the board yet. Oh, and then CB Geek's on the board. All right, we got 7 Marb stars. 7. Do we have one more Marb star out there to open up that coveted 8th place position? We got Fate, CB Geek, Rickshaw Tom, myself, Crystal Lamp, HB, and Waddy. Exclamation point play if you're out there. We'd love to have you. I'll crack into I ran in the door, made this as quickly as I could, and then came in and turned everything on for stream. So this is just a homemade starry with a splash of Buble strawberry in it. So it's a strawberry starry. Sláinte. Yeah, it's still 0, but it's 1,000,000 times better. I don't like normal spam. I don't think I'd do that myself unless paid. Honestly, I'd rather do pickled beets, and those kind of traumatize me. Thanks, Mom and Onigirium. Spam is one of those things, like I don't necessarily like it in a form by itself. It's very ham-like, and I've never really liked ham. But my Grandma Hill used to make spam and egg salad. It was basically egg salad that had spam in it, and she ran the eggs and the spam and everything through a meat grinder. So it was all like, it all had a very uniform texture and everything. And like, it still kind of tasted spammy, but because it was like 50% egg, it cut through like the saltiness of it. I don't know. Spam is also, if you cut it thin and fry it like bacon, it's also pretty good. But yeah.
I don't like spam. Spam, 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 spammity spam. I'll get your spam then. I love it. I'm getting the spam, egg, spam, spam, and spam.
course, now they have all those other varieties of Spam as well. And some of them are a far cry. Like, the only thing they have to do with Spam is the fact they're in the same type of can. Like, there's a roast turkey Spam. And it's almost like a chunk of deli turkey, except in a Spam can. It's surprising, but not gonna lie, I wonder what traumatized me more, pickled beets or Miracle Whip. Ugh. God, Miracle Whip is the devil. One made me suffer, the other made me have to old yell or a good can of tuna. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown. And there's a kitty on his foot and he wants to touch it. Yeah, pickled beets, I could take them or leave them. Not a huge fan, but I'll eat them. Miracle Whip, though, oh my god. There's no way to redeem Miracle Whip. It's just blech. Blech. That's a different song, but it's on the same... Well, yeah, I know. That's why I did. I decided to throw in another reference there. But I guess for the people that it went over their head... much like a lump, they're out sitting alone in a boggy marsh. Miracle Whip is the Antichrist of mayonnaise. People on the internet are like, oh, white people, mayonnaise is too expensive. Wow. Mayonnaise is too spicy for them. It's like, no. True ass white people, like the flavor devils themselves, they aren't even in the same ballpark as mayo. They're fucking Miracle Whip. Like, they taste the mayo and were like, we can make this worse. We can make this worse. And they did. In spades. Everybody wants to be naked and famous. Everybody wants to be just like me. Naked. And famous. There's a lot of bangers on that album. All right, everybody. Well, we got 7 Marb stars for the first race, so let's get rolling. Maybe someone else will join us. It wouldn't be so bad if they weren't in the same fucking type of can and packaging. They even put them next to each other. I know. It's because they classify it as a salad dressing, and salad dressing is put next to the mayonnaise. But I think anyone that knows anything about food knows that they're not the same thing. But that being said, there are plenty of old boomer folks out there that just think Miracle Whip is a type of mayonnaise. It is not. Ugh. Has anybody seen any of the, how they're trying to modernize Miracle Whip and they're trying to make it it's exclusive. It's for renegades and rebels, and it's like, no, it's for people that have no taste. All right, we're getting some kablamos as we go on into this tumble dryer of despair. Just came back to stream for the 4th time in 5 hours when I've emptied my portable AC's drainage to make it work again and try to get the living room to the point where the area rug isn't soaking after 2 nights of it being soaked. Oh, Waddy, that sounds like such a pain in the ass. Pretty mad about it, as you should be, Waddy. That sounds just like an absolute inconvenience that you as a renter should not have to be dealing with. Tomp did make it back safe. He's currently on the couch watching Ironheart, I believe, which I guess came out today. I haven't watched it yet. All right, Fate's currently leading the charge here. Wait, is he? No, he's not. Oh, Lamp! Off for Yeats a Pizza. Along with myself, CB Geek, and HB. Rickshaw Tom's joining us for Yeats a Pizza as well. And now Fates is in the lead. All Fates and Waddy, the only Marbs left. Well, maybe everyone else cleared away all the kablamos so that Fates or Waddy could make it to the end here. The windows are too small for a window unit, and the AC is supposedly self-evaporating. But no! Oh no, Fate's joining us for Eats a Pizza. Waddy is our only hope. Can Waddy get us to the end? Oh, Waddy went past all the kablamos. Oh, wait. There are a lot more kablamos here. Where'd you get? Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, Waddy's joining us for Yeetsa Pizza for everyone.
Pizza! Pizza! Let's fucking go!
All right, well, let's move on to race number 2, Electric Boogaloo, Future Altering Concept, exclamation point play. Now, unlike swimming, you can roll your marb right after eating. No waiting half an hour for us. Apparently, though, like I've seen some stuff online in the last year or so saying that apparently that whole you need to wait half an hour or something after eating before swimming, apparently that's all bullshit. I don't know. I don't necessarily buy it. Sleeping in this much heat is garbage. Absolutely. And as hot as it was here, I can't fathom how much worse it is further south in the country, towards the center of this heat dome that has enveloped us. It was, I think, 98 degrees in Burlington today. I think it was 93 in Montpelier. 84 in Connecticut right now. We had some rain roll through, and that cooled things down a bit. It is currently 76 here. Looks like we have a high of 80 tomorrow. So still almost 20 degrees cooler. Oh, in your lab. Oh god. I thought that was like outdoor that's bad for outdoor temperature.
That is not an indoor temperature, CB Geek.
Had to switch chairs. Notebook battery died and daughter's using my charger to power her machine at the moment. We're currently doing home showings. I basically had to spend 2 hours outside in this heat wave, but luckily there's a bench under a tree, but yeesh, 80 degrees in my basement consistently is torture. I have to use ice packs to survive and they melt in like half an hour. Well, as I've this little hack I've explained in the past may be worth this. Like, this may be your opportunity to try it. Sort of inventing a swamp cooler. Just take a towel, like a normal bath towel, make the whole thing wet, and then take your fan and put it on the other side of the towel so that the fan blows through that to you. And that process of evaporation will cool the wind before it reaches you. It's how a swamp cooler works. Only 79 degrees outside, says the weather. Oh, it's only a 5-degree difference between inside and outside. Sorry you all have to deal with this heat. I had first this past weekend, and from Friday yesterday morning, it never got below 80, topped out around 95. Between like temps 105 to 107. Yeah, our heat index with humidity and everything was over in the hundreds as well. Then yesterday and today we've gotten tons of rain to the point where places are starting to flood. Jeez. When it rains, it pours. Exclamation point play, everybody. We only got 4 Marb stars on the board.
Swamp cooler.
Sally can't do that. We're doing home showings and the basement is closed in and has a rug. Oh, I'm not saying like, you know, so it's like sloppy dripping water wet. Like, just get it damp. Like, you know how like when you take a towel out of the washing machine, like you touch it and you're like, yeah, it's wet. I mean, it's definitely not dry, but it's not like dripping on the floor. Like that level of wetness. If you saturate it, it wouldn't work. You just have to be a little damp. Or even just like a small hand towel. I don't know. And just like, you know, tonight when there's no one walking through, you know, you take care of it otherwise when you're not in there. Shitty lab AC is over encumbered. Boo! We'll shake our fist angrily at that. That was the one plus the last 2 days. The fact that I work in a windowless office is... I couldn't tell it was miserably hot outside. All right, we got Rickshaw Tom, myself, Waddy, HB, and CB Geek So only 5 Marb stars on the board. We had 7 last time. We're missing Lamp and we're missing Fates. But I took a couple yesterday and today. I was like, I gotta go out in this heat. I gotta see what it's all about. And just like walking from the, the cool, like 68 degrees office, stepping out the front door and just feeling just hotness wrap itself around your entire body and just how thick the air got instantly. I was like, wow. But I have not complained about it once. And to everyone I've talked to about it, I'm like, you remember the winter we had? I am not complaining about this. And I'm going to see if I can stick to that. And I kind of liked walking outside and being like, wow, this is so warm. It's like swimming in the air. Just sending you a picture of the thermometer I set up to document the basement. Oof. So this is Fates' basement right now. %57% humidity, 85 degrees. Yeah, not fun. I have glasses 3 times, get out of the AC car and instantly glasses fog up. Alright, 6 Marb stars. We're just missing Chris the Lamp. I don't know if Lamp is still out there or if he's disappeared to Slumberland, but... Paging Lamp to the service desk, you're wanted for Marbs. Paging Lamp to the service desk, you're wanted for Marbs. Yeah, Rickshaw Tom, myself, Fates, Waddy, HB, and CB Geek. It is a Tuesday, though, so I don't know if we're going to get CMA tonight. It's also good we're not doing a super long stream tonight, because for some reason sitting in this chair for any large amount of time just makes the inside of my knee really uncomfortable. It's mostly on the up and up, but I can't step up with that leg on stairs right now. I can, but it hurts like a bastard. But otherwise, it's on the up and up. It's just stupid. Damn knees. Terrible design, let me tell you. Terrible design. Knees, ankles, the human spine. Terrible. Terrible. Those damn apes, they evolved wrong. All right, well, we're still sitting at 6 Marb stars. We got Rickshaw Tom, myself, Waddy, Fates, HB, and CB Geek. I don't know if anyone else is still out there and wants to roll. We'd love to have you. I did not know that was going to be as bombastic as it was. My apologies. Wow. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes equals modern damn ankles, knees, and spine. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep anytime soon. 57% humidity, 85 degrees at night. What the fuck? Yeah, that's so tough. I found... I don't know if there's some science behind it or what, But I found that when it's super, super hot, it feels cooler to sleep with a thin sheet as opposed to trying to sleep without a blanket at all. It's probably purely anecdotal and not at all true, but to me, just using a sheet when it's super hot seems to be more comfortable than, just trying to sleep without a blanket. I don't know. Where's Jim? I don't know. I haven't seen. Well, we had a late start, so I'm not sure. He hasn't sent me any messages saying, I can't get in. So. But we did get a late start. I feel like cotton wicks away that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. But like regardless of materials, because like in my life I've had a bunch of different sheet materials, be it cotton or I've had silk sheets, I've run the gamut of stuff. I'm currently on jersey fabric, which is what they make t-shirts out of for my sheets, and I'm liking those a lot. I feel like that's a brain trick, maybe tricking your subconscious to make you feel... Maybe that's what it is. My room never got that warm over the weekend, but I was consistently going to bed around 4 a.m. because that's when I finally got cool and exhausted. That's fair. That is fair. The nighttime is the right time, especially when it's hot as balls. I have too, but inorganic materials like polyester and rayon aren't as good. Yeah, absolutely. I've had like knockoff... The sateen, that's what it is. The knockoff, like that knockoff fabric, and it's like, yeah, that it's really good at holding heat in, but like it feels slippery and like it could be cooling, but it's not. You are the ones who are the ball lickers. Come on, Silent Bob, we're going to Hollywood. Never mind the fact that I was also talking to friends from Australia and Asia during that time. Well, I mean, that also kind of would also make sense as to why you'd go to bed at that time, because that's when that side of the world is awake. I think organic material sheets wick away the sweat and then spread it out across a flat area where it easily evaporates. That sounds logical and like it could absolutely be fact, Waddy, so I am inclined to think you are right. I have no reason to think you're wrong. Want to know a partially clothing offset cheat? If you can afford it, sleep on a towel. At least it makes you sleep better and less shit. I do that when I'm sick. Because when I'm sick, I get the night sweats really bad, and I always wake up like just in a sandwich of wet sheets, and it's horrible. But I'm saved by putting a towel down and sleeping on that. Then I don't at least wake up in a puddle of sweat, because the towel takes care of it. Don't forget to sleep on a towel. I swear that when senility kicks in, my carers are going to have so much old pop culture to figure out. Oh, I think a lot of us like elder millennial internet kids are just going to be full of these things. Like, oh, I don't know. He just kept saying the system is down. The system is down, down, down. And then he burst into song. Oh, what was it? Oh no, I don't know what the song was. He was just going do 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 do, and then he just back to saying the system is down, and we don't know what's wrong with him. Then he started throwing a glow stick rave. And he tried to pour the glow stick into my Mountain Dew. And then he called me Trogdor. And I was trying to change his diaper and he called me the Poop Smith. Said I was the king of town. Shoes. Let's get some shoes. Oh my god, shoes. He said that everyone loves Magical Trevor. Who's Trevor? The tricks that he does are ever so clever. I mean, look at him now. He's disappearing a cow. That's just what shits. Candyman Charlie. I sleep on a towel on nights like this since I never sleep well if it gets sweaty. My natural temperament is to sleep with AC and fans on 24/7 and with comforters. I really don't... Yeah, I sleep so much better in the cold. In the cold with a nice blanket. Like, That's the life for me. The conditioning is working. I can't believe exclamation point shits is not a command. It sounds like that might have to be a sound alert command. I may have to work on that one. So just leave that one to me. Leave the shits to me. Butts.
I'm telling you, I could shit right now.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get rolling here. World record on this course, 1 minute 36 seconds by It's Hearsay. Well, it may be hearsay, but it is the world record. When I don't have AC or thermostat, my sleep suffers. It's been like that since forever and a half. Blah. Yeah, like if I'm in a room in the winter without heat, I can get by. Give me a couple extra blankets, I'll still sleep really good. But in the summer, without an air conditioner, I'm boned. CB Geek eats a pizza. Waddy eats a pizza. Command, add shits. Leave the shits to me. Damn it. I didn't know. Hey, speaking of references that they might not get in the future, how about biting a shiny metal ass? I say we get rid of summer altogether. Let's have like 3 months of fall, 3 months of spring, and the rest is winter. Well, I like summer. I don't mind when it gets super hot, as long as I have access to air conditioning. There's like 1 week in the spring where it's really nice and the bugs haven't come out yet, and we have a comparable week in the fall. If we just had like that week for a couple of months, I could live with that. Hey, it's me, Bender. Hey, it's me with the W. Rickshaw Tom second. Fate's in third. Now we're just waiting for HB to round things out. Hey, I'm allowed to win sometimes, damn it. All right, let's move on to race number 3. Swirly Looping Pride! Exclamation point play. Offer me 4.5 months of summer and 4.5 months of fall. We have a deal. I could live with that. I could live with that, Waddy. Then was that 3 months of winter, and then you have also it was like a month easing into winter, and then winter, which in this instance is the middle finger, and then the month easing out of winter. So there, yeah, I could live with that. Waddy and Ramon, we get 6 months of winter on average anyway. It's a me, Sibikikyo. Moving right along. Not gonna lie, I think that's why I've always slept so well at hotels. They have ACs that make me swoon and wish I were commercially available. Oh yeah, just the big chungus units. Massive air handlers. Get the room down to like 48 degrees. And they're just so loud. They blast out such a nice fan noise. Bedger.
Mushroom.
Exclamation point play, everybody. We only got 4 Marb stars on the board. Maybe in a future stream we should just have a hey, remember this internet thing stream, and we just all share like old treasures from the old internet and try to see if we can pull something up that nobody remembers, but we remember. I got plenty of that stuff. Some of which I wouldn't show on Twitch, but there's other stuff like from the Newground days that'd be pretty good. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Thought you were in already. Nope. All right, we got myself, CB Geek, HB, Rickshaw, Tom, and Waddy. Ah, those are so nice. Falling in their beds weren't like bouncy castles. It also really depends. If you go to a really cheap hotel, usually the beds are like springboards. I think they buy super firm mattresses because they'll technically last longer. And by last longer, I mean like they'll the point of a super firm mattress, that it kind of becomes a super squishy mattress. There's more of this axis to get to that, as opposed to when you're starting with a really nice soft mattress and then there's not much play for it to go bad. It just goes bad. I don't know. Why wouldn't you show it? Is it because power thirst is crystal meth? Power thirst. No, there's some stuff like, I mean, I've still got my old Newgrounds account. I still have like stuff in my really old favorites list from 2002, 2003, and like I've gone back and some of them it's like, what the fuck? Why did I favorite this? I've been on air matches and they feel more stable to me. I've been to hotels in Vermont, Massachusetts, and only like 4 out of 12 were decent. Yeah, the hotel I was in Puerto Rico a couple weeks ago, that one was okay. It was okay. Probably on the better side of okay. I think the best hotel bed I was ever in was the last year I went to Rhode Island Comic Con. I stayed at the hosting hotel, which is the Omni, which is not a cheap hotel. Crazy comfortable bed. Super comfortable. Oh god, I got shown Neil.fun again yesterday. We went through days since incident. They play me off, keyboard cat. Alright, we got 7 Marb stars. Oh, we got Crystal Lamp back on the board. Welcome back, Lamp.
Once again, I am asking, is there any mob star out there that wants to roll? You can open up the coveted 8th place position, and together, we can unlock the possibility of hat tricks. But only if we work together. And type !play in the chat.
That's about as good as I can do for Bernie Sanders.
Get me 8th, chat.
He's from Vermont. Should ask him on stream. Oh yeah, because, Vermont's a small place. Everybody just knows each other. Isabel Pless is from Vermont. And we just, talked after her concert because, we're Vermonters. Then we did joke about the fact that, I found out about her because she showed up on my For You page on TikTok. Of all things. And it's like, but you're from 2 towns away from me. But it took TikTok for me to find out about your music. And we both had a good yuck about that. Yuck. All right, well, with the 7 Marb stars here, let's get rolling. And I lost my marbles here for a second. Couldn't remember where the heck the start button was. Let's roll. Maybe I'm more tired than I think I am. That heat takes it right out of you, makes you a little loopy. All right, heading on into Rainbow Road here. All right, flying through that spinneroonie. Your boy was in first place, but Waddy has scooted on by, as has Rickshaw Tom. For me, my ye olden internet days started in 2013, since I never had a phone or computer before that. It was just consoles before that. It was more fan fictions, pre-ad glazing YouTube, and the horrors of online school platforms. It got worse as time went on. There was some of that, like, early-ish internet stuff that we showed you over the years. Like, I remember the first time, like, I showed you and Mom Brandon Hardesty, who was an old YouTuber, and he did a song called Socks, and you thought that was the greatest thing in the world, and I had to play it like 20 times. But that was you were pretty little. I don't know if you remember that. Socks. I like socks. Do you like socks? Because I do. Socks are here, they're there, they're everywhere. I even like to wear them as underwear. I've got a lot of socks at my disposal. Let me show you my collection. This whole section of my drawer is full of big old sweaty socks. It goes on. That wasn't the whole thing. All right, Crystal Lamp is leading the charge that way. Fates is going his own way. He can go his own way. Yes, I remember that. Mom referenced that all the time. It was her labyrinth. Oh, can Lamp pull off the victory? Or is it going to be Waddy? Waddy stealing that W right out from under Crystal Lamp. Crystal Lamp second, HP third, your boy fourth, Rickshaw Tom fifth, CB Geek sixth. Fates rounding things out with lucky number 7. But Waddy robbing Lamp. Look how close that was. 1 minute 53.342 versus 1 minute 53.398. So close. But Waddy pulled it off. All right, moving on to the penultimate race, number 4 out of 5. Merciless Coordinated Invasion. That sounds unfortunately relevant. Exclamation point play. World War III, be all that we can be. Can't get 8th, gonna steal your first. Get your 8th person in, chat. Exclamation point play, everybody. If there's a CMAW lurking out there, now's your time. Or anybody else hanging out lurking wants to jump on in if Pudge is still out there. But I think this is all of us, though. After school switched from Google Classroom to Schoology. Schoology. I joked that you needed a college degree to understand it. Then I had to use it again in CCV. Well, you were prepped for college. Yeah, I feel like systems and everything have changed so much that if at this point in time I tried to go back to college, it'd be like, what's going on? What is this? You mean I don't need a pen and paper? I can have my laptop with me in class? What is this? I printed my essay. What do I do with it? Seema! I mean, I should say, Seema! Welcome in, Seema. Nice to see you. Seema, important question for you. Would you like to join our cult? Our kitty cat cult? We're asking everybody. It is not my shirt. Well, it is. I mean, it's my shirt, but it's not my design. It is. I went and saw our girl Isabel Pless tonight in concert, and this was her tour shirt. So I was like, I need one. They are adorable. Cat. I'm a kitty cat, and a dance, and a dance. Except Phoenix isn't here to do the dance for us. Depends on how ass backward the professor is in that regard. That is true. That is absolutely true. God, that's giving me like war flashbacks to when I took oceanography. Ugh. There are still people who disallow computers in lectures. Yeah, my oceanography professor, how she taught the class was she ran a PowerPoint, which you're like, oh, that's not too bad. Well, the PowerPoint was just dense lines of text, and she would just go through and basically read what was on each line of text, and you had to write and keep up with the pace she was going. She would not slow down. She would not go back. She would not give you the slides so that you would have them. But you know, your boy, knowing what he knows about networking and things, went into the network and just so happened to find those PowerPoints in an unsecured folder. So I got them anyway. That was a terrible class. I took geology and my professor was pretty garbage. I would have taken geology if that was an option. We had earth science, but we had the worst fucking pompous ass, arrogant fucking earth science professor ever. Like I took earth science in high school. I did really well. I enjoyed it a lot. So I took it again when I got to college because I had to take a science course. It's amazing how a bad teacher can just make things so bad. What I ended up having to do was retake earth science, but this time at community college because it could count towards my regular college degree. And then my community college earth science professor was awesome. I had a good time. I got an A in the class. So fuck you, Les Cannett. You're a piece of shit. But I digress. But we have 7 more. If CMA's here, we should have 8 Marb stars. Who we missing? Who's holding out on us? All right, we got Fates, HB, myself, CMA, CB Geek, Waddy, and Rickshaw Tom. If I didn't say your name, you're not on the board. We're missing someone because we should have 8 now. Oh, it's Lamp. We're missing Lamp again. Lamp! We need you! Lamp! Service desk now! Zamp! No, not Zamp. Lamp! It was close, though. It's spelled the same. Google Classroom was just, hey, link a Google Doc and submit. Schoolology is, hey, want to get an aneurysm? Search your whole drive to upload a different type of file, then upload it to your folder, then search your folder for it, then submit it. It kind of sounds like how we have to do stuff at work, because we have we've moved everything to SharePoint. So like pretty much all our documents, everything's got to be in OneDrive, which then uploads to SharePoint. But you don't share stuff from OneDrive, you share stuff from SharePoint, and then it's me and most people I know just Control-C, Control-V into the text submission section and just said, "Fruck it." Why make it so frucking complicated? You have enough issues with students not submitting homework. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Lamp may be holding that 8th hostage, because if Lamp doesn't get on the board here, then we've got no 8th. So, I don't know. We tried. We tried, buddy. We tried. Yep. Yeah, we may just have to go ahead and roll. If you're out there, Lamp. If you're out there, Lamp, we need you. We need you, Lamp. We need your light. Your bright, wonderful light. Oh, there we go. We're fucked. We're fucked. Without a lamp, we're fucked. Well played, CB Geek. Well played. All right, well, let's roll here. I don't want to keep you here all night. I also think last stream, if I'm remembering correctly, HB had tried to redeem Guide the Raid, but the raider went offline, so I promised HB a free raid, which you don't have to redeem tonight. I'm just reminding you that if there's a raid you want us to do, HB, then you've got a freebie in the tank. Fate's leading the charge here. Got HB in second. Here comes Seema and Rickshaw Tom duking it out for third. We're working on this course 2 minutes 12 seconds. Well, my month of concerts that I've had concludes on Saturday with Brand New, who have gotten back together after they did their last tour ever years ago. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And I don't have to miss a stream to go to a concert. Imagine that. But that'll be fun. Fate's leading the charge. Rickshaw Tom second, Seema in third. Oh, and going through this Raspberry Twizzler, Seema coming out in first place. Oh, your boy offers some Yitza Pizza. Seema holding on to that lead. Rickshaw Tom and Fates duking it out for second and third, respectively. Sadly, I am now officially on first shift. There will be no more 3 a.m. shenanigans until further notice. Aw, man. Does that mean no more Marbs? Does that mean you'll have to go to bed at a normal human time so you can't stay up for Marbs? I think I was able to go to CCV at the only eye of the storm I could have, living downtown with free transit. It was annoying leaving late at night and waiting 40 minutes for the bus. Now I need transportation since there's no way in hell I'd being downtown by myself any longer than necessary. Rickshaw Tom now in the lead. Marb should be perfectly fine. I'm literally talking about the 3 a.m. shenanigans that means CP Geek pulls. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, Rickshaw Tom HB. Who's it going to be? Rickshaw Tom with the W. HB with the sexy silver second. Fates in third. Oh, Waddy joining me for Yitza Pizza. Here comes Seema for fourth. I was waiting for CP Geek to finish things off here. Rickshaw Tom and the Rum Ham. All right, we got one more race, Marb Stars. We got one more race. Bothersome Absurd Abyss. Exclamation point play. Last call. Last call. Calling all Marb Stars. Bring your final purchases to the service desk. Because this is the last race. Believe it or not, this is the last race. Last call, Marb Stars. The store is closing. And we will lock you in until Friday. Thank you for shopping at Ames. Oh, unfortunately, this is a repeat course for us. If you look at the upper right, we've played this one before, and CP Geek won. So we have a community record here set by CP Geek of 1 minute 53 seconds. World record's 1:19. But hey, we'll see if one of us can beat CP Geek's time, I guess. But exclamation point play, everybody. Can we get 8 Marbs in for the last race? Can we? I will say this, though. Because we have had 8 total Marbs, that means there is an overall 8th. So there is that option, Waddy, to get an 8th in this Grand Prix. We will have the overall 8th that is up for grabs. As to who's currently in the running for it, I don't know. We'll see, though. It's not even midnight. 3 a.m. is usually my bedtime most nights. That's about when I, like, if I left to my own devices, that's about when I want to go to bed. It's around 3 o'clock. And then if I don't have to set an alarm or anything, I usually wake up between like 9 and 11. 9-11! Or more, like, I guess that's 10. Between 9 and 11 is 10. But like between 10 and 11, I'll usually like use the bathroom and go back to bed for another couple hours if I can. But yeah, like, but back in college, I used to, like, on breaks and everything, I used to go absolute full nocturnal. Be up all night, sun starts coming up, that's when I'd go to bed. And depending on the time of year, like, especially in the winter, I'd get up and the sun is setting. But the nighttime is the right time. That's my favorite time too. Nice and quiet and peaceful. And that's when creative energy peaks, at least for me, is like, it starts around 11 and goes to like 2 or 3. Like that's peak creative hours. I also get like a wind there. So it can be hard, especially like, and that's around the time I'm finishing up stream, so it takes extra energy to bring the energy down to then be able to sleep normally. All right, 6 Marb stars on the board. Who's holding out on us now? If we've already lost Lamp. All right, we got myself, Faiths, CB Geek, HB, Waddy, and Seema. We're missing Rickshaw Tom. Who says fuck a duck? Extra beans, extra wind. Hey, they're the magical fruit. You get dinner and a show. You can definitely focus better because there's not so many distractions. Nobody's calling you. Nobody's knocking on the door, ringing the bell, or wanting. You know, you say that, but me and Tom had a landlord once who, at all hours of the night, would knock on our door or our window because dude was fucking insane and would either want to talk about all these imaginary criminals or cry about something. Or one time, like, had a paper bag full of ice cream and wanted to give me some. And yeah, dude was fucking insane. Fucking Kendall Steve. And like, you think it's just obnoxious, but like, and he would call the cops on us too. Like, or yell at us because we closed his mailbox. Watch Shorzy. It's not like I've never seen Shorzy. I've seen the first season in its entirety. I've seen a lot of the second season. I don't sit down and watch TV shows. At some point, I'll get around to it. But yeah, dude was insane. Dude was absolutely insane. And even my dad knew who he was, like from years beforehand. And when I had mentioned that that's who my landlord was, he was like, "Oh fuck, that guy." And I was mentioning like how, like, and one of the things, like, he would, like, his wife died of, I think she died of cancer or something, which it was really tragic and unfortunate. But like, dude was also fucking insane. And I was like, yeah, his wife probably died because it was the only way for her to get away from him. And then our friend of the channel, Monkey, we all know Monkey. Monkey used to work at the courthouse, and he used to call the courthouse at all hours of the night. And they, at least at that point in time, like, the courthouse had a voicemail box, and he would leave the clerks like these long voicemails, like talking about all like the criminals in the town and all this other stuff. And the one thing that Monkey like remembered most about all of these all of Kenny's phone calls, his name was Kenny, was about how he got to the end of one of these diatribes and said how, if you're gonna cry in the shower. That way, your eyes don't get puffy. And no one can tell. Give her balls a tug. And then there's this asshole. Same, Dawnlight has always been my sleep trigger. Happens hardest. When my sleep trigger happens hardest and I find my best writing work happens when I completely lose track of time, then find it's 3 a.m. when I come to. Yeah, that's when the muses are out and about and causing their creative mischief. I firmly believe that. My normal sleep schedule is 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. as I work from home. If I can make content creation work as a main form of income, I'd ideally like to go to bed around 5 to 6 a.m. and sleep till about noon to 1. That way I can do things with all my friends, still get adequate sleep, and have time in the afternoon for a point. That's when I worked third shift at the gas station. Like, that was kind of my life. I would get out of work at 7 a.m. I would bring a large coffee home for my girlfriend. I'd go home, because when I got home is when she would have to get up to go to work. So I'd go home, hand off the coffee, she'd get out of bed, I'd get into bed, and then I would sleep until like, well, depending on the day, like between 2 and 4 o'clock. Then I'd get up around the time my friends are getting out of work, and it was, you know, it was beer o'clock. So, you know, if it's that time, it doesn't matter if you just woke up because it's socially acceptable. Oh, that would drive me in. Saying that's not my kind of landlord at all. I enjoy my privacy and I respect everyone else's. Yeah, you'd think that, but this guy was just fucking nuts, and like all the neighbors hated him. And one of my I had a member of my theater community who passed away back in January. Her name was Carol. Older woman, smart as a whip, one of the smartest people I've ever known. And she was our neighbor. Like, we shared a fence when we lived in this situation. And she hated Kenny so much, and she didn't hate anyone. She told me one of the times that like the ambulance came to pick him up and take him to the hospital, because I guess he had I think in his last few years, like, his liver failed, so he had to like go to the hospital for treatment quite a lot. And one of the times she's telling me that one of the times she sees him wheeled away in the ambulance, she yelled over the fence at it, "And don't bring him back!" And then I was the one that got to break the news to her when I found out he died. And I was like, "Hey, Carol, did you hear about Kenny?" "No, what about him?" "He's dead." "Good!" Like, no, "Oh my God," or "What happened?" Just, "Good!" Oh, it was great. Good old Carol, rest in peace. She was quite the lady. What's embarrassing is the number of times your mom faked a jellyfish thing to get me to... I didn't realize that was a quote at first. Anyway, fucking Sanguinette. All right, 7 Marb stars on the board. I think we've lost Lamp for the night, but we have Seema, Waddy, Rickshaw Tom, CB Geek, HB, Fates, and myself. Craziest person I ever remember that I don't think had mental disorders was a psychopath, control freak, and hoarder. She, towards the end, started relapsing on addictive painkillers, and because we weren't under her thumb, tried pushing me and Mom to leave. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know who... Yeah. Carol was a legend. Absolute fucking legend, bud. Oh, there's Lamp! Oh, Lamp, the prodigal son has returned!
Excellent!
We got 8 Marb stars for the last race. All right, Lamp coming in clutch, making it happen. All right, well, will Waddy get it after all? We shall see. Imagine if Lamp held out all this time just so he could take the final 8th for himself. Well, we'll see. All right, 5 seconds. All right, we got the old school pinball table start here. Slow and steady. All right, Rickshaw Tom, first Marb out. All right, Crystal Lamp currently in second. Oh, Fate's rolling last. Guess we'll see. We want to know who's going to take the W, who's going to take the 8th as we go into this Dimetap flavored Twizzler. Well, it is almost nighttime, so nice little nip of the Dimetap to put us in sleepy weather. This is Dimetap mixed with regular ass green NyQuil. So like it looks like Dimetap, but it tastes like death. Crystal Lamp, though, way out in the lead. Well, instead of stealing the 8th, Crystal Lamp's coming in this last race to take the W. Yeah, Penny, her basement had piles of shit that literally went to the ceiling in the whole basement. You couldn't open a door. You couldn't open a room upstairs. It was so filled, and that was also where Mom and I had to rely on Denny's all the time to be away from there. Yeah, that was a terrible place. That was a terrible place. But Mom was a super trusting person to a fault and wanted to see the best in everyone, and unfortunately there's people out there like that lady and that family that take advantage of people like that, and that's what happened. Lamp with the W, HB second, Rickshaw Tom third, Seema fourth. Oh, Waddy currently in 8th. Oh, Waddy sandbagging back there specifically to take the 8th. Well, I mean, that's how you make it happen. Your boy got 5th, CB Geek 6th, Fate's 7th. Now Waddy's just got to make sure to get through and not hit the flames of oblivion, but Waddy's a master. No question. No question. Waddy knew what she was doing. Securing that 8th with plenty of buffer room. Hell yeah! Oh, there's Jim. Jim! Forgot what day it is. I'm so brilliant. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. Well, admittedly, though, we started late, and I had posted stuff online because from going to see our girl Isabel Pless in concert tonight. So it is very reasonable for someone to see my posts about the concert and be like, I guess that means there's no stream tonight. But Crystal Lamp with the last W, HB second, Rickshaw Tom third, Seema fourth, your boy 5th, CB Geek 6th, Fates 7th, Waddy securing the last 8th. Looks like we did not beat CB Geek's record for this course. No, we did. Lamp did beat it. CB Geek's record was 153. Lamp made it through at 143. Cut 10 seconds off the record. Well done. All right, but now we got to head on over to Victory Valley, see who stands tall and proud, goes home with all the gold, glory, and bragging rights, and the coveted 8th place position. But in 3rd place, going home with the bronze, we've got Crystal Lamp. I think he only rolled in 2 races. He still made the top 3. Just goes to show. Just goes to show. All you got to do is play. Even once, you can end up in the top 3. In 2nd place, going home with Silver, Sexy Silver, we've got HB! Did Waddy yeet? The first race, everyone yeeted. So, yes, I think so. Waddy got a hat trick. Waddy's the only one who got a hat trick, depending on who got the final 8th. But in 1st place, going home with all the gold, glory, and bragging rights is none other than the most
Excellent!
Rickshaw Top Rollin' Rumham, showing us how it's done. 45 points, 1 dub. By 1 point, Rickshaw Tom eking out the victory. HB 2nd place, 44-0. Lamp 3rd, 30-1. Despite 3 races. You rolled in 3 races. Okay. And Fates got Fates is 4th, 22-0. Let's go. Waddy 5th overall, unfortunately, 13-2. Your boy 6th, 11-1. Seema 7th. CP Geek stealing the overall 8th there. CP Geek, how dare! Winning on both sides of the world's competition. Hey, there you go. Visualize the W. Fate's got 4th. So Fate's got 4th. Waddy got a hat trick. CP Geek stole the 8th. Rickshaw Tom got the overall W. Well done, everybody. And remember, we are all
Excellent!
on this blessed day. So another round of applause. And then another super important question to ask Jim and anyone else who was not here when we asked it before. Would you like to join our cult? I wish this was like my design on a shirt, but it's not. This is Isabel Pless's tour shirt, and it's the best fucking tour shirt I've ever seen. Oh my god! Hey, come on. That's a cult I want to be part of. Dancing kitty cats? Hell yeah, I'm down. Consider me sold. And we dance, and we dance. Waddy will be streaming tomorrow night after 9 p.m. All right, we will be there. That's a good W. Let's hope I can Uber a trip from the Sandman Express tonight. Well, good luck, Fates. We'll cross our fingers and hold on to our butts. Anyone out there who has to sleep through this heat without air conditioning, absolute best of luck for you. Hope you're able to get some good, restful sleep. Waddy will be streaming after 9. Wanting to know if Top is going to stream tomorrow night. I think he had mentioned it depends on like how much energy and rest he's able to get since like coming back from Ninja Worlds and everything. Like I'm sure there's gonna be a crash. You come back on a trip like that, you know, you always have a bit of a crash. So we'll see, but I'm sure he'll let us know if he's gonna stream. I think I'd sniff around that. Fair enough, Jim. Fair enough. So long as they don't offer Kool-Aid or lemonade, sure thing. They're dancing kitty cats. If anything, they'd want us to supply them catnip, probably. I mean, how else are you going to make a cat dance? Well, mercury poisoning, I guess. They called that dancing cat syndrome. So maybe we don't want any of that. Exclamation point cult. I'm thinking no. All right, Tomp is not going to stream tomorrow night, so everyone make sure to pop in on Waddy's stream starting 9-ish tomorrow night, as she said. How's the head after taking that ring to it? HB talking about, yeah, there's a, Top took one of the obstacle rings right to the head. He gave himself a chumpa slap. If you do, ping me so we can raid you. Strange lights and a laser beam. All right, and if you're not following Waddy, there's the link right there. Give Waddy a follow so we can all hang out there tomorrow night. And yeah, other than that, 11:40, about where we peace out on a Tuesday. So it's a shorter stream. We got like an hour and a half, but we had some chats. We played some Marbs, and we talked about joining Isabel Pless's kitty cat cult, which I think we're all on board for. But she is currently on tour. As I said, I don't know if she's... Let me pull this up, because just in case anyone might want to take the journey and see this tour, or get your own kitty cat t-shirt. Let's see. So, upcoming shows... Brooklyn was last week, so this was tonight. Burlington. She's playing in LA, Cambridge, Mass, Nashville, Tennessee, and Chicago, Illinois. So anybody who wants to make the journey, those are the dates. But great singer, great songwriter, great performer. That's why we like to spin her music here and hype her up. I pity the fool who takes a ring to the face. That ain't no Sonic the Hedgehog business up in here. That's also funny because there's a famous ninja named Sonic. Lumia does not know what it's doing. Lumia never knows what it's doing. But all right, everybody. Didn't get to see Tom. Aw. Boom, 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 boom. Sunday, Jim went to a rodeo, then 30th. Oh yeah, you said you were going to that. You said you were going to that river dance thing. So you want to tell us real quick how that was, or you want to tell us more about it on Friday when we come back? We'll have a little more time because we're kind of piecing out here now. But real quick, was it awesome? Oh, you didn't get to see Tom on the big course. Oh yeah, because that was Monday, and now you have a real person job. Because it was Monday and you had to be at work. Apparently my phone buffered or something during his run. Oh, that's no fun. Jam, how was it? Inquiring Waddies and more want to know. And then if Lamp is still here, I don't know, he may have just popped back to jump in on the last Marb. Tell it on Friday was worth going. Okay, that is a great teaser. We will leave it at that intentionally. So everybody make sure you come back on Fridays, on Friday for streams so that we can find out about Jim's trip to see the 30th anniversary of Riverdance. I'm super curious. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you're looking forward to it as well. On that note, but I loved seeing Tom on the discipline course. It was a super fun weekend. That's awesome. We'll love to hear that. Love to hear how we support each other. But on that note, it is 11:45. You boys got to get to bed. I'm sure we got to get to bed as well. Stay cool out there if you're in this massive heat wave bubble area thing. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself, especially with all these missiles flying all over the world right now. We don't know what's going to happen. But as long as we're back here on Friday, then we got to be doing something right. But we'll be back, and we will finish up, hopefully for real this time, we'll finish up Still Lies the Deep. We got to be at the end of that game. We got to be at the end. So, anybody who feels like fun retro time, come over to Play Carrington. Hydrate and be well. Wise words, C-Mob. Yes, especially with how hot it is, make sure you're hydrating. Heat stroke is no joke. And on that note, we're going to peace on out. So we just got to say, so long and good night. So long and good night.
Butthole pleasures. It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
Perfectly timed, Fates. Perfectly timed. All right. Good night, all. See you Friday.